Well, summer is here and the pools and lakes are full of people cooling off and enjoying the water. In this month's Health Matters, we focus on water safety and, importantly, how to keep your kids safe. It is so important, as we all know how quickly things can happen. Here with more now is Jennifer Mason, HMG Neo-Natal Nurse Practitioner and Infant Swimming Resource Instructor. Jennifer, great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Certainly such an important topic. As we know, it just takes seconds for kids to get into that danger zone.
That's the reason that we teach layers of protection when you are around the water, because it is so quick that kids can make it to the water unassisted.
Yeah, so this time of year, as a lot of these lessons are gearing up, you do these infant swimming resource. Tell me a little bit about some of the things that you do and how that works with the kids.
So we teach children from 6 months to 6 years of age, sometimes even a little bit older. What we teach them is a basic, from 6 months to about a year old, we teach them how if they were to fall into the water unassisted, they can roll back to their float and be able to catch their breath and hang there until somebody can get in and rescue them. A little bit over a year, we teach them how if they fell in, roll back to get their float and flip over and swim so that they can continue that sequence till they can get to safety.
And that rolling over is so not natural. It's learned, it seems like, and instead, when we see kids struggle, they're always in that vertical position, and you say that is the most dangerous.
That's essentially the drowning position. Everything that we teach keeps them in a horizontal position so that, you know, if they fell in, all they have to do, and it takes 4 to 6 weeks for us to teach them how to do that. In very small little segments, we teach them how they're able to roll over and to hold that float so that they can get their air.
And why is that? So it's a learned behavior. How do you continue to do that? Is it by forming habits?
Everything we do is kind of like by positive reinforcement. The children, we show them what we're looking for them to do, and we continue to reinforce that until they're able to do it independently.
And unfortunately, drowning in the numbers and the statistics and even, you know, the best of parents, as much as we can watch our kids, it just happens.
Lots of layers of defense that we can do to help children, you know, pull alarms, pull fences, water watchers, someone to always have an eye on the pool. But this is kind of the last layer of defense that the children can take with them wherever they go. So if all the other layers fall through, that they are able to self-rescue if they make it to the water alone.
And you're talking about at a very early age.
We can do it at 6 months. As long as they're able to sit up unassisted, we can teach them absolutely how to just, if they are to make it to that water and fall in, that they can roll over and breathe.
Oh, so important. And one of the things you and I were talking about right before the interview is sort of flotation device, like floaties and things like that. What's your sort of stance on things like that?
So flotation, or Coast Guard approved flotation, is absolutely appropriate when you're on a boat or you're in an open body of water. But they are not appropriate for teaching a child how to swim. It teaches them that they can get their air in an upright position. So if they have on floaties and they jump in the water, they're going to pop back up and get their air on their own. But if someone's not there to catch them, or they don't have these floaties on, they fall in and they are not able to, you know, effectively get back and get their air.
So in a sense, it's that false sense of security, and then when they do go in, they don't understand why it's so difficult
why
at this
they can't
point.
get back and get their air. You know, so many times flotation devices are taken off for lunches, or when you go in to take a bathroom break, and they come back out and they don't realize that they still don't have that flotation on. And if they make it past the parents, or, you know, the locked pool gates and all that other stuff, if they get to the water, they don't know what to do.
So important what you're doing, and I know that there are resources available in our community. How can parents find out more or get in touch with you?
So our Facebook page is TriStar ISR. We have lots of information on there, just some helpful tips to tell parents what to do. You know, even if they can't get into ISR lessons right now, things to look for to make their water environment safe for their children. There's also a local fund that's starting up to help parents to be able to afford lessons. And, you know, more information just about ISR in general can be found on their website at infantswim.com.
Such an important topic. Even if you don't have a pool in your backyard or you don't go to the pool often, I think it's just so important to have your kids be part of that resource.
Absolutely.
All right, great to have you on the show. We'll give everybody the information. If you would like to learn more about the lessons that are available, you can go ahead and check out this email. It's info@infantswimestn.com. You can also, as she mentioned, check out their Facebook page. A lot of good information on their Facebook page. We'll be right back. The preceding portion of Daytime Tri-Cities was sponsored by